Hello, YouTube, and welcome to the third Studley Boys conference review. Today we're doing the Ubisoft conference. So today we have me, Chrisora. We have Riven somewhere. We have Liam. Hi, Liam. Hi,
Hey,
Riven. And then also joining me right here is Peter, who has been in some videos before, but he's going to be in the Bad Batch video and he's in the upcoming Loki video. So Peter is the resident Ubisoft expert.
The Resident Evil. No,
The
I'm
Resident
not.
Evil. Well, now you are. But yeah, so let's go straight into it. And if you want to see our other conference reviews, we did um,
well, we did
Summer
summer.
Games Fest and Cock. It's Cock. Cock was Cock. You don't even need to watch it. Cock was terrible. You know what? Just watch it for the ranting. All it is like an hour of me ranting. And then also we have Gearbox coming up later on the channel. But anyway, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff to see what comes out next. We've got Square Enix at Microsoft tomorrow. Let's jump into the conference. Liam, you were talking about a pre-show?
There was a very long pre-show that was very heavily padded. They would use certain footages from Watchdog Legions, where the character was stood on a drone that was hoisting them up in the air as they were going over the main bridge in London. It went on slowly going along. You could tell it was a way to show people the city, but because they made it over 2.5 minutes long of just that same like slowly going along scene, they did that multiple times for different games. It was just a very poorly tasted way to pad for time at the pre-show.
Yeah, the pre-show sounds like a mess. Didn't they keep having issues with like audio and stuff like that cutting out and blank screens?
They did several times. It certainly added towards the dislike ratio throughout the start of it. Before they had hit 1,000, they were starting to loom over the 200 mark. And then for having a blank screen for about a minute and a half, that kind of pushed it over to nearly 300 dislikes.
How does that even work? Like they buy the time, right?
Yeah.
They buy the time, so I'm guessing they want to make the most out of their money. So
At the same time, normally when they pad time, they add like an advertisement filler so that they're earning their money per scene. Whereas things like a blank screen, I would guess, would be a missed filler opportunity for that extra dollar.
So they started it off and they showed a pre-rendered trailer for Rainbow Six Extraction. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Extraction, which has nothing to do with Tom Clancy anymore, and is about some woman and aliens destroying the universe.
Didn't they mention how it's going to be sort of like Left 4 Dead, like gameplay wise?
Oh yeah, I think so. They showed off the pre-rendered trailer and then they started talking about it, and then they showed loads of gameplay. Like I don't mean a bit crap, I mean a lot crap. It looked like a PlayStation 3 game. It was bad. What did you guys think?
I just don't think they even closely hit the mark of what would be acceptable in this day and age. I've seen better artwork and layout in Unity powered games that
Yeah,
Yeah, you
it's
had
just
like an interesting note earlier, Peter, when you were saying how about game development school and stuff like that.
Oh god, I'm gonna throw everyone on this bus.
Yeah, go on.
I just think I find games are getting more generic looking
Mm.
over time, and I wonder if it's because it's been so standardized as a career now. So it's like if you want to be a game dev now, you go to school for it. And it's like even if you want to be like a concept artist, you'll go to school for it, and they'll teach you how to do the concept art style, which only started to exist recently.
Yeah, and
Like
even
for
like the level design. This is the level
yeah,
design you should have, and it's
for a long time there was no concept art style. It's
or industry
every
standard.
artist like learned their own unique style, and then it's like, wow, his style's cool. We'll hire him, and that's how you get your boy does like the Final Fantasy artwork and stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's like every game's concept art looks identical, and all these assets, the 3D models and stuff, they look nearly interchangeable nowadays.
Yeah.
you're saying it's more like there's like a formula to it now instead of
Yeah,
how
Yeah.
it's like more free form back in the day.
it's very like conveyor belt, like assembly line nowadays.
Yeah, it's like crafting a pop song, right? There's like,
Yeah.
whatever, the
Yeah.
intro, the chorus, the bridge, and then the outro, and it's in 4/4 and
The same chord, kind of the same 4 chords that
Yeah.
everyone uses.
1, 4, 5, 6.
It's not one guy writing a song and then trying to come up with the, the instrumental that will wrangle the most emotion out of that song that he's written and really means. It's someone who has never written anything in their life, and then they hire a writer, and then they hire a producer, and just completely soulless. Different industry, but yeah, something like that is happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, is this game supposed to be a DLC, or is it like a totally new game? Because if it's running off like the original Rainbow Siege engine, I can understand
It's a new game, yeah.
it's a new game.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so
kind of like how the Call of Duty was spread into 3 separate things. I believe they'll charge you for like the zombie version, since you would have to pay for Cold War over on top of the regular standard version.
okay, so it's got no excuses to look like this then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a new game.
It's a new mainline Rainbow Six game, but it uses the same operatives, etc., that were in Six Siege. So it's like a DLC, but it's another game.
Great.
Carbon copy.
Yeah, no, it was a poor start, but big butts, they cannot lie. Those other brothers can't deny that Rocksmith Plus looked good.
Well, hang on. I just found out Tom Clancy is a fraud, by the way.
Oh wait, what? Okay.
Uh-oh.
We've got another Tom Clancy story. You want to bring it up,
I
Dan?
thought Tom Clancy was like an actual like Navy SEAL or something. No, he went to school to study English literature, and then he churned out a novel every year.
Oh,
He wrote the
So
book
he-
for Red October.
he was like he was the original Ubisoft turning out Tom Clancy.
Exactly.
games.
That's why they use his name.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't actually have any combat experience. He was just very, very excessively detailed and like strictly realistic with his stories. And so they like borrowed his name to stick on the games that used to be realistic.
Yeah.
And now they're about shooting aliens.
Now they're about shooting big aliens with big raspberry bats that explode. But yeah, so the next
and
game.
He's been dead for 7 years.
Yeah. So the next game was Rocksmith Plus. I thought it was good. I like the way they showed it off. At first, I was kind of like, "What is new?" And then they explained it, and there's actually a lot new with this. Where, actually, Peter, you're really interested.
When was the last game? When was the last Rocksmith game? It was like 2014, right?
Last one was 2014, but
Yeah.
they've been releasing weekly song packs for that all the way up until 2020. So it's only kind of recently they've kind of stopped supporting that.
Huh?
And then
how
they
much
picked
is,
up
like,
on this.
Yeah, so
I think it's like $3 or $4, but they're always on sale for really cheap.
So this one is. Do you use Rocksmith, Riven? I know
I-
you're really into music.
I don't. But here, like, I think what they're doing with this one is like you're using your phone microphone in order to capture the audio of your guitar
Well,
instead of.
it's going to be on every system, so you can use it on your phone, you can use it on your PC, you can use it on your laptop, and then I think it's on consoles as well. But they've tried to make it accessible everywhere as possible, and like they're using the microphone so you don't need the cord plug-in.
Yeah, I think the core plugin is like sort of it's made just for Rocksmith.
Yeah.
Yeah, so getting it is kind of annoying if you need to replace it. But here they're sort of like streamlining it.
Much more expensive than the game nowadays because you can get the game cheap on Steam, and then you have to hunt down one of these cables that don't make anymore.
Yeah.
Also, I just looked up Weezer because they're topical, I guess. A Weezer song pack, 4 songs for Rocksmith, is €8. That's a bit much when you're not getting it on sale.
Yeah.
So like the Rocksmith fans, because I looked up the channel to see how they're reacting to it. The hardcore fans are really pissed off that it's a subscription. They're like,
Yeah.
one of the comments was like, an exact quote was like, "Why is it a subscription? Jesus Christ!" All capital letters.
So how much is the subscription?
We don't know yet.
Yeah, they haven't set a price. But
Yeah.
yeah, like so
So if you
I don't know,
cancel your subscription, you still have access to the music.
I don't know.
I assume you'd need to pay to use the app altogether.
Yeah.
It'd be like that kind of setup.
Mm.
But
But
I'd consider that better because
yeah,
with the old one, you'd spend, well, when it came out, you'd spend like $60, probably more like 70 because it came with the cable.
yeah,
And then you have to pay. I mean, if you're not waiting for a sale, you're paying €8 for a pack of 4 songs
yeah. So you're
every
paying,
week.
yeah.
Whereas this will probably be like €8 a month, and then you get all the songs.
Mm.
Because presumably they have this huge library that they've been building for like 10 years.
Yeah.
Probably, hopefully, all of those songs will be available in the new one right from the get go.
Mm.
Mm.
And they said there's like different ways that they're trying to help you learn. Like they have different levels and stuff like that. And if there's like a specific part of a song, you can slow it down or put it at regular speed. And they have new ways of. They're letting people incorporate different. Like you know how like Ultimate Guitar you could have like multiple different like tab sheets of like different people figuring out what ways of playing the song. They've
Yeah.
essentially done that where it's like we'll give you the actual way to play it, or these people have figured out this way of playing it, or this rhythm guitar that you can do if you want an easier way of playing the song. So they said they've added in all of those features and they're adding in a lot more community based stuff and personal one on one learning. So yeah, I don't know.
By community based stuff, like you can like submit your own tabs and stuff. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know. I think it's
I think
good.
that's the way to go, right?
Yeah.
I started learning guitar during lockdown, so I've used like all the gamified apps. I've tried most of them out, and the thing is, most of them I kind of missed the golden age of them because they used to be the Wild West. It's like anyone can put any song in, and then
Mm.
anyone else can learn it. But they're all terrified of being sued, so they've all locked that down now. And it's like, okay, pay us, and you get to play the songs we have the rights to,
Mm.
and you can't put in custom ones. So I think if Rocksmith Plus targets that custom stuff like audience, that'll make them stand out because Rocksmith used to be unique. Now there's a lot of apps like that,
Mm.
and if they kind of have that openness, that would like put them on top again. I think.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, no,
But yeah,
I thought that was a good. I thought I don't know the way they described it and stuff. To me, it sounded good. Especially even the fact that you don't need the cable. You can just put it on your phone or your laptop or wherever you need to
yeah.
use it.
And I believe there's like a closed beta you can sign up for in the Ubisoft website.
Yeah, they announced a closed beta. I mean, you seem excited about Riven. What about you, Liam?
I caught into the craze of Guitar Hero around the Xbox 360 craze. Quite a lot of people. I mean, more power to people trying to pick up and learn an instrument. You know what I mean? It's just the people in the process that have to listen to the beginner phase before it's actually in tune. It's like if they ever did like a trombone hero, you know, a brass instrument one. You know,
Drum
be a
Hero.
yeah, when they're just trying to learn out. You know, that could be considered quite annoying if they're up at 2 o'clock in the morning, they can't sleep and they fancy having to go on Trombone Hero. You know what I mean?
I thought it was a good announcement. I thought the way they showed it was good. Should we move on to the next game?
Yeah, next game.
One more thing. Rocksmith 2014 can be an absolute nightmare to get running on modern PCs, especially with like different like audio hardware and stuff. It can be a total bitch, and you're just troubleshooting way more than actually learning. So hopefully Rocksmith Plus, it's just plug and play, and it just does it.
Mm.
Mm.
It just
Um,
works.
It just works. So the next thing they showed was Riders Republic, which is like it had snowboarding.
Okay, so it's like
or
what
on
SSX?
different.
It's
Actually,
like
no, you had cycling as well. You had cycling, snowboarding, you had different things, but still, it was that kind of a game, tricks kind of game.
If you're a fan of the title Steep, you'll very much find this a charming franchise to try as a new IP, as it does have like wingsuits where you can go as close to the land as you can. Has the free like rough mountain bike track, BMXing, on top of a few other things. It's kind of like a multi-bag mix of X game extreme sports.
yeah. It says here there's hang gliding too.
Yeah.
Oh
uh,
yeah, yeah, it's kind of everything in there. Thought it looked fine. Next game was Rainbow Six Siege. They announced a new character and crossplay. That's all it was. There was an animation. They didn't explain it well. I legit thought, are they doing a Netflix cartoon or something? They did not explain anything well.
It was more of a patch update announcement more than anything that didn't really need to
Yeah.
be done in that format. The only real thing they added was the new characters and the fact that when someone on your team dies, you turn into a ghost and you get access to new toys to aid your team.
Yeah. Then it was Just Dance 2022. Who cares? I love that we talked so much at the start. The next few titles we could literally, well, the next title actually we might have something to say about. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. They showed off a bit more of Ireland, a bit more of
Aye.
old Ireland. I saw them with the Ubisoft cameras out the window there. Hello, Ubisoft. Hello, we're making your town in the game. Cool. But anyway, we saw them out there. And then, which looked fine. And the graphics were good on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the grass looked great on that, actually. That was one of the ones where we were like, oh, these graphics actually look
Yeah.
good.
There was some shots where it was like swampy marsh, where there's like it's grassy but also watery. And
Yeah.
It was really good.
Yeah. Did you see this one, Riven?
Yeah, I saw it. It looks good. It looks like next gen.
Yeah. And then they announced the Siege of Paris. I don't know. I wasn't as interested because they weren't talking about Ireland.
Yeah. I mean, it's just an expansion.
Yeah.
They're adding new abilities, new weapons, some new enemy type, pretty much like a typical DLC.
Far Cry 6.
I can't be the only one that's thought that the graphics look kind of bad. Like the character models on Giancarlo Esposito.
And the animation on him was terrible.
Yeah, it was awful.
So janky. Honestly, it looked like I hate to say it, but he almost moved like a human in Sonic 06. Like if you were just to do one of his animations in like a repeat like in Sonic 06, he would look like that. Because the ones in Sonic 06, I'm sure you can show it when you're editing, Liam, but they're just like.
I was more bothered by his facial model, though. I don't know, something about it looked just off.
Yeah. It didn't.
This video is brought to you by our friends at We Play Games, the collection of all things nerdy from anime, consoles, new and retro, card collectors, and all gaming nerdy goodness. Local in Las Vegas, but ships across to your home around the US. Check out the links below to learn more. Use coupon code STUDLEYB15 for 15% off your purchase. Coupon is limited, so grab it before it's gone.
It wasn't good. And then they had, what was the announcement then after that?
I think they're allowing you to play as Far Cry villains for the Far Cry 6 expansion.
Oh yeah, they announced a season pass.
Yeah.
Which is always good to have as soon as you've announced a game for the first time. Yeah. They showed, wasn't it areas from Far Cry 5 or something? Because people said it was Far Cry 5.
It's 3, I think 3, 4, and 5.
5. It was 5.
It was.
Like they showed like I'm with you now. I was absent. My brain was outside the room for a second there. Sorry.
Thinking of Giancarlo's animations.
Oh yeah. That immediately dislodged my consciousness.
Yeah.
But it showed 5, and I was like, "Why are they showing 5?" And then it like cycled through clips from the previous 3 Far Cry games.
So wait, is it you're playing as the villains then, Riven?
Yeah, you play as the villain. So you have like boss from 3rd, and I think you had the what's his name, Ming from 5.
Then they showed the Far Cry 3 logo. What was that about?
Oh no, it's Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. I think they're making it available for. I think it's like a remaster.
It didn't say it was a remaster though, which I found weird.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, now available. I was like, but it's been available for what, 9 years now?
Yeah. It's probably like a Skyrim type thing. They probably just like maybe improved the graphics a little bit and pushed it out the door.
Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon now available on PSVR.
Oh, why don't they do that? Honestly, if this whole E3 was just, oh, game you like, it's in VR now. I feel like best E3 ever.
Then the conference died. We've talked about everything interesting, just so people know, because the next thing they show is Mario and the Rabbids and Spark of Hope. Spark of Hope. That was the actual title. I did not think that was the title. I was like, generic. I knew it was Spark of something, and I picked the most generic word that came to my head, and it was Hope.
Spark of Cope.
I thought it could be Spark of Light either. I was like, is it Spark of Light or is it no? It's Spark of Hope. Most generic title.
Yeah,
Jesus
this one
Christ.
sort of came out of nowhere. Like I wasn't expecting a Mario
Yeah.
Rabbids crossover.
Well, we had it a few years ago on the Switch.
Oh,
Right?
did we?
There was Mario versus Rabbids or something like that.
Oh, what was it, like a sport game? I think was it like tennis or something like that?
Was what game was it like?
Huh?
Mario and Rabbids.
Oh, XCOM.
Yeah, it was an XCOM ripoff.
Hmm.
Yeah. And this one was the same, I think. Wasn't it?
Yeah, it's just like whatever. There's more to it now.
Yeah. There's a story mode.
It's a bit more complicated.
Yeah. What did you think of this section, Liam? You dipped in. So when we streamed it, Liam was in the chat, and Liam dipped for this section.
It might have been while I was on a dog walk.
Oh yes, of course.
Yes.
It was actually.
Like I say,
You didn't have to see the terribleness.
well, put it this way: if what you're going by is what you saw, I think we'll give it a downvote overall.
And then they ended it with weirdest announcement. I think this is one of the weirdest E3 announcements I can think of. Avatar, is it The Last Frontier?
Frontiers of Pandora.
Frontiers of Pandora. Again, another garbage title. Like, come up with a better title. This one was weird as well. They started it off. I remember this one. I remember them announcing this. They started it off and they had like some German guy, and he was all like, "I will take over the world." He didn't say that. That's what he sounded like. He was like, your boy from Mandalorian. I would like to see the baby.
Werner Herzog.
Werner Herzog. Yeah, he sounded like Werner Herzog.
Stick in a clip of him talking about chickens.
When you're out in the countryside and you see chicken, try to look a chicken in the eye with great intensity. And the intensity of stupidity that is looking back at you is just amazing.
They didn't show any actual gameplay though. It was just like a teaser trailer.
No, and the graphics also look terrible.
I wonder if it's like to build up hype for like an Avatar sequel, because I totally don't understand why they made like this could have came out like maybe in 2009 and maybe it would have been interesting, but 2021
Yeah,
it's
there's
like
an Avatar sequel meant to come out next year, and then more Avatar movies every 2 years after that. So this is I got from the plot vibes we got because we saw the Na'vi. Yeah, we saw the Na'vi just kind of running around and chilling, and then we see like the big robots like coming in and destroying the place, and then they have to fight the big robots. So I think this could be a prequel. Like maybe this is how the humans came to Pandora, but
yeah.
If you want to get cross universes, something like World of Warcraft has a universe with Pandora, so maybe they've done a little nod that way.
yeah, maybe. I don't know. I didn't think it looked very good. And then they didn't show up. Like, here's what annoyed me. It was a cinematic trailer, right? So you can just do, if you're gonna do that, just do the pre-render trailer. Make it look really good, and then disappoint me later on. Don't make your pre-rendered trailer look garbage. Because now what does the actual game look like? Like, the actual game could look like a PS1 game at this stage.
It could look like Fast and Furious.
It could look like Fast and Furious. You know what? That's very likely. Oh, boy.
But this one won't be
Yeah.
out till 2022, right?
2022, yeah. Coming out as soon as the new movie comes out. I think what should have happened is that the German man should have been like, and by the way, I am also James Cameron.
What?
Hey guys, it's James Cameron here.
Wait, you talking about the guy with the blue shirt? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I'm talking about blue shirt guy. Yeah, and then that was Ubisoft.
So final thoughts. What did you guys think of the shows overall?
I'm gonna let everyone else go first, as I always tend to do in these things.
You know what? I'm just happy that they didn't have like shit that wastes your time, like a musical guest or something. You know?
Yeah, even with Just Dance, they didn't have like people dancing for like an hour. Well, not an hour, but
Had a bit of that.
yeah,
A wee bit.
yeah. It was like 20 seconds of dancing.
There was no musical performance, no cringy skits. You know, they just got to the presentation and I'm okay with that.
Liam, what are your final thoughts?
I'm glad it was way more well done than the pre-show, with all its ups and downs and mistakes. And we had more trailers from the other day. It goes towards it being a better episode, I say, but at the same time, we still had heavy concepts once again rather than the product. I would definitely give it more of a positive aspect. That I liked it. I liked it more than I liked the previous day.
Yeah.
Mm.
What about you, Peter?
Look, I just signed up for the Rocksmith Plus beta. My brain was switched off for everything else, but at least it was games.
As much as I have ragged on it a bit and like some of the stuff in it, it wasn't that. It was actually a pretty good conference. They were quick enough with games. There wasn't a lot of talking, and even when it was talking, it was just this is how this game plays. While they show us gameplay footage, it wasn't like yesterday Cock where it was Cock. I think Cock really boosted this one up a lot.
Yeah, it's at the bar. It's at the bar kind of low with that one.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a part of me that was kind of like earlier. I was kind of like, oh, I wonder if game studios are afraid now to have too much talking because, like, if they have too much talking, they're probably changing it up right now because of Cock. But then Peter pointed out that Cock have set the bar so low that everyone is probably like, nah, we're fine.
They weren't afraid to waste time in the beginning though with the pre-show.
Yeah, but then the pre-show, I'm not sure what the deal with that was, but at least the actual conference itself was fine. So ratings, Riven,
I'll give it a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. Liam,
A very, very positive 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10. Peter,
Oh, 10 out of 10, best conference ever.
okay, what's your actual score?
5.
5. I feel like I would definitely be in like the 5 ballpark normally, but I enjoy because of Cock. I found myself smiling a lot more through this one, and so I am gonna give it the 6 out of 10, same as Riven. So that gives it an overall score of a 5.5 out of 10. So, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like, subscribe, hit the notifications. We've got Gearbox coming up, Microsoft, Bethesda, Square Enix, Nintendo. You got all that to watch. If you want more, I'll be streaming it on my DLive and Twitch at Chrisora or Chrisora2066. I've been Chrisora.
I've been Liam.
This is Riven.
And I was here too.
Catch you guys in the next video.
See you in the